So you've picked a great product and now you've got a pretty good idea of who your ideal customer is, who you're going to write for. So wouldn't it be really handy to have, let's say, a 9-point checklist for writing a great product review? That would be good. Okay, so here we go. Number 1, use the product. Now, having said that, I appreciate we can't just all go out and buy a $300 Fitbit or several of them, so that we can do our own product review and have it in our hands. That can be difficult. So if you can't do that, do your own research. There's tons of reviews out there on these products, and there are also, let's not forget, thousands of customer reviews on Amazon itself, all right? And you can go and you can collate information from those sources, but you need to be honest. That's really, really important. I put that in brackets, but really it should be in capitals. You've got to be honest, all right? So you can't say, I have reviewed this product if you genuinely haven't. You'll need to say something like, I've collated all of these great reviews from all over the internet to save you a massive amount of time, and this is what I've discovered. That sort of approach. Okay, so you can do it, but it's just a different approach and you need honesty. And the other thing is, if you're not honest, people can smell it very, very quickly. They'll feel that you've never actually used the product anyway. Thirdly, and this is also super important, let your own personality shine through. Whatever your personality is, let that come through in your product reviews, because people will buy from you. This is always the case with small business. People will buy from the small business owner because they like them, they connect with them. When I talked about the About Us and putting up your picture and telling your story and trying to get people to connect with you, that is so important, all right? So don't be corporate. Whatever you do, don't be corporate. Let your own personality shine through. Now, a review is not a sales page. Okay, this is not just banging out a whole load of things, buy this, buy this, buy this. That's not what it is. When you read a review, you want something to be objective. So don't fall into the trap that some people do of just basically trying to get people to click on a link and go to Amazon and desperately buy this product. All right, don't do that. It'll put people off and they won't come back. And as we discussed in the previous lecture, don't forget who you're writing for. Now, you've got to mention the pros, of course. You might want to lean more on the pros, because at the end of the day you are trying to get somebody to click on a link, but not in a salesy way. But you've got to include the cons. This is an objective review, so you've got to talk from both sides. The next thing you really want to do is to include all media types. If you just wrote a product review that was just pure text, it's really boring. I mean, think about it from your point of view. You would just read a whole load of text. It's not engaging. So you need to include images or infographics or video or anything that will basically make the whole thing far more enticing, or keep the reader on your page, and at the end of the day far more likely to click on your link to go to Amazon to buy. Now, this one is got to be done subtly, this call to action, all right? With e-commerce stores, we have buy now buttons and things like this really in people's faces to get them to buy. It's not quite like that with affiliate marketing, all right? We will have at the bottom of our review and various places our links, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But we must be slightly subtle about, and now please go and check out the product on Amazon, right? It's that kind of approach. I'm not saying those are the words, but it's not like, flashing buttons, buy now, that sort of thing. That's not it. But don't forget the call to action nevertheless. And the other thing is to keep AIDA in mind. If you've ever done any kind of marketing, this is like a real old school thing. It's been around for years and years and years, maybe decades. It's an acronym, right? It stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. And it's basically how you take somebody from not knowing your product at all to buying it at the end of the day. All right? And these are the sort of the 4 defined steps. So we get their attention first of all. We'll be doing that by basically with SEO and getting people to come to our site. That's going to be later on in the course. Once they're there, they're going to read our review, and that's going to spark their interest in the product and give them a desire. It's going to make them want it. And ultimately, the action, of course, is to go to Amazon, where the final transaction will take place. So there you go. Those are my 9 points, right, for writing a great product review. Now, you might want to print those out and put them to one side, because in the next lecture I'm going to show you the product review that I've written for my Fitbit tracker, and that's really going to bring to life how this whole process is going to work. And you can basically use these checkpoints, and you can see what I've done within the product review and see how each of these applies to what we're ultimately trying to do.